Yo, what up, man? It's your man RL, Roberto Flack, back at you. November 20th is the date. Finally signed. I'm gonna miss this fight live, unfortunately, or fortunately. Peace to my man Lucy and get married. So we have Paul Williams against Sergio Martinez, 2, for the middleweight championship of the world at a catch weight of 157 pounds. This is gonna be a really dope fight. I've been waiting for this fight. I thought it was fight of the year last year, hands down. Um, Paul Williams came in there as, at that point, the most feared man or the most avoided man between welterweight and middleweight. And Martinez had come off a draw from Kermit Cintron, which everybody in the boxing world knows he won, and he he showed, he surprised a lot of people with the way, being he was like really under the radar. A lot of people passed up on Martinez, and a lot of people passed up on fights not to fight him because of his style. So, the fight against Paul Williams, to me, was his come out fight. He really showed people like, wow, this dude is, he's the real deal. Was countering punches, knocked Williams down in the second, I believe the second round or third round. And that whole fight, both of them went at it. Williams, volume puncher, was throwing a lot of shots, but Martinez is a really slick dude, and he was countering him almost at ease. And I think what really turned the tide over for Williams at one point in the fight is just really his volume punching. He threw a lot of punches, and Martinez, he likes to take breaks, and he did it in the Pavlik fight where he kind of takes a break, and then, before you know it, he comes at you again, and that's how he beat Pavlik. I think in this fight, in comparison to the first one, I think it's going to look the same, but I think Martinez is going to be a lot smarter. I think he's going to catch Williams a lot more often. And I don't believe Williams is going to be as effective because the thing with Williams, and if you followed him throughout his career, he's good. He is who he is. He's a volume puncher. He doesn't really adapt in the sense of if he's in trouble, he resorts to plan B. His plan A is attack, attack, attack. And even as long as the Kermit Cintron fight lasted 4 rounds, he wasn't looking too good. Let's keep it real. He wasn't really being effective. He landed a couple of shots, but even like there's one shot that Cintron landed prior to him flying through the ropes. He landed a hard right hand on Paul Williams, and if you look, his leg staggers, and then they get in the tussle, and he's out of the ring. Obviously, we can't measure where Williams is at on that fight, but if we are, in comparison to how Sergio looked against Pavlik and Williams looking with Cintron, man, you got to look at the confidence level going into this fight. Williams can say he had a victory over Martinez, but it's very, very disputed. It's not a clear-cut win. People still talk about it today, and, that's why this fight is really needed. It's a great fight for boxing, and I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think, though, Williams was effective in the first fight with his volume punching, I think this fight's going to pretty much start where the last one left off, where they're going to, feel each other out in the beginning, but I think the counter punching is really going to come into play in this fight, and I think Williams is going to get tagged a lot more often, and Williams is going to have trouble dealing with Martinez's movement this time around. Because, also people forget Martinez didn't have a lot of time to prep for Williams. This was a replacement fight for Pavlik, because Williams and Pavlik were going to fight, where Williams and Martinez ended up fighting. Nevertheless, I think the counter punch is going to play a big issue in this fight for Williams, and I think he's just going to get hit too much. I don't think he's going to get knocked out. He's a tough, durable dude, but I think it's just going to be, every round is going to be a situation where Martinez is really, using the ring to his advantage, and he's just really going to wait for the openings. And he's a careful puncher. You know, he takes his time. You know, he doesn't waste a lot of punches, and I think that's where later down the fight is gonna play into his advantage. You know, when he's still pretty fresh and he's still landing clean counter punches. So let me know what you think. I'm Martinez. I got him on a decision, but I expect it to be a great fight. So let me know what you think. Subscribe. Make sure to check out RobertoFlatChronicles.com as well as the Rob Report Episode 9 podcast with man Scripps and DJ Spaz. So hit me up and let me know what's good. Peace.